Okay, if you know me, if you know me or have known of me for a long time in the car scene, you know that I've got issues with headlights. And anywhere from stock headlights to aftermarket headlights to custom headlights that I ended up paying over $1,000 for the XB, and I've got nothing to show for it. Well, in the XB I finally got a set of aftermarket headlights, and so far, knock on wood, so far so good. Well, this is the current state of the TC, so I'm going to turn you around and let you see. With yeah, they're taped on. He's a little googly-eyed right now. So I'm going to pause you and then I'll show you each section. But basically what I did was I started on the passenger side, because I knew if I was going to screw up, I'd rather screw up on the passenger side than the driver's side. I watched video after video after video. They're all telling me the same thing. Tap into the turn signal, tap into the turn signal. It's got constant power, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Well, I had to run around with the bulbs and the sockets that I could not find. Come to find out, the one set of the sockets, I'll actually show you, you can see it right here, is modified. Those little red connectors right there have been modified. So the connectors that were on them, no wonder I ended up going to 5 different auto parts stores to try to help me out, and nobody could figure out anything. So basically, long story short, I racked my brain day in and day out. Got up this morning, well, I got up at midnight last night and couldn't go back to bed until 4:30, and then 2 hours later I was back up again at 6:30, and I was out here, and I had, if you look right there, I've got my heat gun that I had for heat, and then I've got my big light that I had for heat. Brought me some music out here. Let the babies out about 9 o'clock, but I'll show you what I got going on with them. So let me pause you for just a minute. Actually, I'm not going to pause you. I'm going to take you off pause. You can just look at whatever I see. Alright, so first we're going to do running lights, DRLs. Okay. Let's see what we got on the driver's side. Oh, I got nothing on the driver's side. I mean passenger side, sorry. Let's see what we got on the driver's side. Oh, looks like we got the LEDs working. Looks like we got the halos working. And looks like we got the side marker working. Alright, well, I must be doing something right on the driver's side. Let's go to low beam. Okay, so on both of them, low beam is no issue. That's just fine on both of them. High beam, same way. No issue. I couldn't screw that up. There's only one plug that it could go in. So high beam and high beam. So now let's see what happens when you tap into the wrong side on the passenger side. Let's turn the low beams out and let's turn our blinker on. What do we got going over here on the passenger side? Whoops. Well, looks like we got our LEDs flashing. We got our halos flashing. We got our blinker flashing. And we got the side marker flashing. Okay, well, that tells me I tapped into the wrong set. See what we got over here on the driver's side. Blinker. Oh, would you looky there. We got a blinker light. I'm not going to make that one blink because I've already wired it and I'm not even about to go there because I've already got that. So yeah, so now where I'm at with them is turn the blinker off, turn those back on. So now where I'm at with them is I've got the driver's side working just like it's supposed to work. You can't see it because I'm in the sun. Let me see. Alright, so there's driver's side. Got both halos lit up. Both halos lit up. They're dim, but it's Spec D, so what do you expect? And then I've got both my little LEDs. Look bright AF. So I've got my side marker running, so that's good. And then over here, yeah, I ain't got nothing. Nothing. So, that's the current state of the TC's headlights. So now that I've got the driver's side sorted, what I'm going to do is go back in with a little bit of silicone. I siliconed around the whole things because if you've known me for a number of years, I bet I have seriously a dozen sets of headlights around here. And that's no joke. From the TC, I think this is the 4th set I've got. The previous owner had 2. I got another set, and now this is the 4th set. With the XB, God, the XB's been a nightmare, but on headlights. But I finally got good ones on the XB. I don't remember the brand, but they're way better. Let me say that again. They're the best set of headlights that I've had on the XB. So there you go. Quick little update on what I'm doing. I'm going to slap a little bit more silicone in around the back housings where the daytime running lights were or are, and then I'm going to get over here and sort out the passenger side. So that's it for the day. Got a beautiful day here in Middle Tennessee. It's a purty one today, and I'm glad because it was cold AF this morning. Ooh, make you dizzy. So, but yep. So there's my babies. Mind, crime, and voodoo. So I will talk to y'all sometime. I might do a after video, but we'll see. All right, catch you later. Bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 11:32. So I've been out here 5 hours at it. Originally I had screwed up on the passenger side. All the videos that I saw were like, tap into the blinker, it's got full power, blah, 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 blah. No, well, this car has been modified and remodified so much that I had to redo it. So I ran the blinkers to the blinkers. I ran the daytime running lights and the halos to the other outlet that I had, which I'm guessing was a DRL. Then I ran the low beams and the high beams. So I'm going to turn you around and let you see. My wife is behind the wheel. All right, turn on the first notch. All right, so here we have side marker, halos, and little LEDs. I'm gonna clean them up, don't worry. It might be my camera too, I'm not sure. But here we have little LEDs, halos, and side marker. Fun fact, that little dude right there is my souvenir. So I'm gonna turn you around for just a second. Dumbass me, I was playing with them the first night I got them, and I knew I had some T10s laying around somewhere, and I found them, and I was like, I wonder if these will work. I bet these are small enough to go in them holes. And I was going to run the T10s that I had. Well, my dumbass dropped it down in the hole. So anyway, so there's daytime running lights. All right, hit low beams. Oh, that's high beam. All right, so we got low beam there with the side marker on and the LEDs on and the HID and the halos on. And then we've got the halos and the low beams and the side markers. And now hit high beams. So there you have it, folks. I did it. It took me 5 hours. I've been out here since 6:30 this morning. Trial and error, trial and error, trial and error. I've got to put the bumper back up together again. But originally what I had done on the passenger side, I ran it to the blinker line, and my halos and my LEDs would blink with the blinker, but they wouldn't come on. So I got over here to the driver's side, and I got that extra socket, remodified it for no telling how many times this car has been modified, but remodified it, and now I've got everything working right. So they're forever and a day, but I've enjoyed doing it. I haven't got as irritated this time. Normally I get really irritated. Now it's not over with. I've still got to put the bumper on, but that shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, I've got the tarp set up behind me so I could see the lights better without the sun. So all right, that's my latest update. I think Blue TC would be proud of me. So yeah, all right, catch you later. Bye. Okay, Here I am 10 hours later. Stupid things have fought me from every step of the way. You name it, they fought me. I wired them in wrong the first time on the passenger side. I got that fixed. Got the driver's side just fine, no problems. Went back to the passenger side. Fucking solder pieces that I had didn't hold. As you can tell, the sun is setting. It's 4:30, 10 hours later, and I'm going to show you what I've got done. So here we go. This motherfucker right here has kicked my ass, but I am not going to let it beat me. Alright, we got the side markers, we got the halos, and we've got the LEDs. This motherfucker over here. We got the LEDs, got the halos, got the side marker. My little souvenir, he's barely down there somewhere. Can't hardly see him, but it'll all make sense. So that's what they look like as far as halos and running lights. So now we're going to do low beams. Low beams were not really an issue as far as aligning them. I'm still not positive that they're right, but I'm at 27 inches on both, so that's where I'm going to leave it for now until later on tonight. High beams, however, is where I really had troubles. High beam on the driver's side, bright as fuck. High beam on passenger side, bright as fuck. But the problem was, I had my wife out here in the car helping me align the headlights on the high beams, trying to get them up. I had one that was on the ground, and the driver's side was just a little low, but you know, okay, fine. But this one over here, I went to adjust it, and it needed to come up because it was on the ground, literally. So what I did was found the right screw. Ended up having to, I fought this damn thing so hard. That right there is my water tank. That's my windshield wiper fluid. You can see the old ones from what I came from. So yeah, that was a disaster. But now I've got what seemed to be running lights. Now, the high beam on the passenger side, I was bringing it up off the ground, bringing it up, found the right screw. There's 3 screws on the high beams. There's 2 on the low beams. Low beams is, one of them is left and right, and one of them is up and down. High beams, we're really not sure. But I was getting it up off the ground. It was coming up, it was coming up, it was coming up. And then all of a sudden I heard the boom. I was like, what the fuck? And it dropped right straight back down to the ground. So, what I had to do on that bitch, can't see it, well, yeah, you can. That blue tape right there goes all the way back in there. So I told my wife, she's like, what the hell? I said, I don't know. I said, but I got an idea. I said, I think what happened was the piece that the screw is in has popped loose. And so I fought it and fought it and fought it and fought it. And come to find out, I was like, well, there's only one way to find out. Cut this bitch open. So that's what I did. Cut it open, and sure enough, that little piece that is the directional had popped right out of its socket. So there's really no easy way. The screws that they have for adjusting on these things are pretty much useless. They're Spec D. I knew that when I bought them, but they're cheap and you get what you pay for. So anyway, fought them, finally got it all hooked back in, and wouldn't you know, let me back out just a little bit. This long piece right here that's blurry in front of the camera because it won't focus is one of the pieces of tape. Those stupid connectors that have got the solder in them were fighting me the whole way. I went through 4 on the passenger side, if that tells you anything. Didn't have any issues out of the driver's side. None. This passenger side over here has kicked my ass, but you know what? This has sparted its ass and kicked it right back in its place. So that's the story of my headlights. It's taken me 10 hours to get them to this point. And it's probably going to take me another 2 or 3 hours to get all of this shit back together again. I've got all the underneath, and of course this car's been rode hard and put up wet, but I've worked on it I had done some mods on it for the previous owner, so I know the issues underneath. So anyway, that's where I'm at. That's all the updates I'm going to give you. We do have, if you can see it, there is a purdy. Oh, if it'll catch it. It's not going to catch it. Sunset. Let me see if I can turn the camera around again with that sunset. So there we go. There's the colors. So sunset's right over there. And the sky's looking pretty. So anyway, I got this bitch back together again. I sent Jamie to go get some Euro King. We're gonna have some Euros tonight, and I had a my memory. I had a honey bun at, I think it was 8 o'clock. Then I let the babies out at 10 o'clock. And then by 11:30 I had everything ready to go until I ran into problems with the passenger side. The passenger side has fought me ever since. So I sent my wife to go get some Euro Kings. when she does get back, she made me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich at, I don't know what time it was this afternoon. I think it was 2. So I had a honey bun at 8, a PB&J at 2, and now I'm going to have Euro Kings, it looks like, at whatever time she gets back, which shouldn't be too long. So I'm going to turn the headlights back out again so that you can just see the runners. Spec D halos are not that bright, but those three little two little LEDs right there, they're pretty good. So anyway, that's all I got for the night, and Jamie's pulling in right now, so it's time to go eat din din. All right, talk to you later. Okay, so this is going to be the final update for the night. I have been up for 15 hours working on these. They fought me every step of the way, but the underneath the car, where the front lip was and the skirts and all of that stuff, hasn't been put back together that good in a long time. Not at least since I've had the car. But I'm gonna turn you around and take you on a little ride, and let's go squirrel hunting and see how many times we get flashed. All right. So what you're looking at now is daytime running lights. They're not that bright. That's fine. I don't need them that bright. But they'll get me through in a pinch. So I gotta watch it because Maisie's back there. Oops, and that's my tools in the back. Alright, so now let's go squirrel hunting, shall we? Let me get out here. I'm just going to turn low beams on first. We're going squirrel hunting. Ooh-wee! That is high. That's high. I mean, that's low beam. But as you can tell, they're way up in the trees. Both sides are pretty well even. As far as looking at the lines on the trees, when I pass the trees, I know I'm going to get flashed, but I'm just going to have to flash on my brights when it happens. But I'm not a pro, and it takes somebody like me and the car fighting every step of the way. Oh, I didn't get flashed. I didn't get flashed by the Mini, so maybe that's a good sign. But I can definitely see the road. And on the way back, I'll do the high beams. So all I'm going to do is go up here, turn around at the local DG, and then head back to the house. It's only 1.5 miles, but they are pretty high. And the bad thing is, on the low beams, it's the really hard screws to get to. So I don't even know if I'm gonna mess with it. People just may have to live with it. You know, Cheatham County, I'm low to the ground. I get blinded by the pissy trucks all the time. So maybe they can get blinded by me a little bit. So here's our local DG. Looks like one of them is up just a little bit higher than the other. And this is normally where I come when I do my tests. So if you look right there, they're pretty close. I've got the passenger side up just a little bit more because, as usual, it's the one that's supposed to read the signs on the interstate. So I did it all by myself. It was a pain in the ass. My finger is killing me from twisting wire and twisting wire and twisting wire. I'm still squirrel hunting, but the good thing is I can see the freaking road. So that's a good thing. I've got Jamie with me. She gets the maiden voyage. And then once I get past the street light up here and hit the 40-mile-an-hour zone, then I'm going to turn on the high beams and see what they look like. So, just going to set my cruise and boom. So there's high beam, which is weird because that's actually lower on the road than the low beams. I don't get it, but I don't care. I can see. I can see, I can see, I can see. So if I do get flashed, they're just going to have to flash me because I can't help it. I'm not going to try to get back in there. I had to take off the windshield washer, reservoir, tank, whatever you want to call it. Had to take it out just to get to that freaking little screw to adjust the height on the passenger side. On the driver's side, forget it. It ain't happening. There's a box right behind it. I literally have maybe, I'm gonna say maybe an inch and a half, and that's it. But I can see really good. High beams, low beams. I'm happy. They're Spec D headlights. You get what you pay for. They're cheap headlights, but they put way more light on the road than what I had before. So I'm not going to complain about that in the least bit. The car is all put back together again. She will be getting a bath tomorrow. Actually,
probably Wednesday or Thursday.
Probably Wednesday or Thursday.
Because it's supposed to rain the next 2 days.
So there's high beam, low beam. So, yep. I did it. Took me forever and a day. I have all of my tools to straighten out tomorrow, but I was the one that did it. So blinkers work, that works, daytime runnings, and I don't know how it picks up on camera, but what you can see on the table is just the headlights and the Diet Mountain Dew can. I don't know where that came from. So yeah, that's it. Blinkers work, low beams work, high beams work, I'm freaking happy. Whew. All right, ladies and gents, I'm out. 15 hours, I've got to go in. I'll probably, it's 9:30 now, I'll probably go to bed somewhere around 10:30 or 11. I've got to love on the babies for a little while because I've been out here since 6:30 this morning. 99% of the day has been outside working on these damn lights. But I Sparta kicked it in the chest and I won. So I'll take any kind of win that I can get. Y'all have a good night, and I'll see you later.